I was in the middle of recording my Kimberly Burch video, and then I got some news that is so inconsistent with what is actually being reported. Okay, one of Taime Downe's friends went on a Facebook Live and basically said that there's a video of Kimberly Burch committing suicide, jumping off of a ship, and that Taime was cleared of all charges, which I'm saying it's inconsistent because this is what Riki said in a Facebook post 7 hours ago, while 3 or 4 hours ago, the family is still reportedly in the dark about what happened to Kimberly Burch. So let's get into this video, and then we're going to review another video that I don't know what to believe. So I figured I'd show everything that I have found so far. So let's get into what's going on and what the family is reporting. So the family of 80s rocker Fiancée, who fell from the cruise ship, left in the dark about her mysterious death. We feel lost. This is what the family is saying. So the family of the 80s rocker's Fiancée, who plunged from a cruise ship Sunday, are feeling lost and completely in the dark about her mysterious death following a shouting match with her famous lover, receiving little information from authorities and getting brushed off from the rude Royal Caribbean agents. Now, let me say this, okay? I've been looking to see, kind of piecing together things, right, to understand a little bit, and it looks like they had been engaged for a good 6 years. People heard an argument, and they feel like this is what might have started this whole situation. I mean, you fall out of a cruise ship. How do you plunge? How do you fall out? Did an argument lead to her falling? Like this whole thing about falling out of a cruise ship is just driving me a little bit crazy. It reminds me a lot of that one case of the newlywed couple that went to a Caribbean cruise for their honeymoon, and literally he goes overboard and his body's never found. And so there were so many things leading up to that. Like there was a lot of drinking that was happening, and they kind of split, and somehow he winds up overboard. They didn't even know what happened to him, I think, till the following day. But anyway, so the family gets interviewed, and this is what they are reporting. The mother and brothers of Kimberly Burch, 51, received no calls from authorities or the cruise line about her death, and only learned of the tragedy from her longtime boyfriend, faster Pussycat singer Taime Downe, who had been hired to perform on the 7-day 80s themed voyage aboard the Explorer of the Seas. So Taime's the one that's telling the family about her, I guess, falling over the ship. They're not even getting direct messages from the cruise ship, all right? And like you guys said, the laws out in the open ocean, they're a little bit different, right? Kimberly family says, we would have never known it happened if Taime hadn't called. Kimberly's brother, Kip Burch, told the Post. Even after her family, who lives in Alabama, reached out to the Royal Caribbean, the company refused to discuss the situation. Kimberly Burch had basically moved to Los Angeles from Alabama to pursue a modeling career, and I'm showing you guys some pictures here. And she's got a family that clearly are concerned. The family continues to say, we kept calling, but they wouldn't tell us anything. The first woman I spoke with said we would have to talk to her emergency contact, but she wouldn't tell us who the emergency contact was. She was kind of rude, Kip Burch lamented. The family still has no clue whether Kimberly, who left her small town in the Alabama backwoods to pursue a modeling career in Los Angeles, fell from her cabin balcony by accident, chose to jump, or was pushed, as some internet sleuths speculate. Well, and I mean, I have to kind of speculate, like, what is going on, right? Who heard the argument? How did the family even get that information that there was an argument? That's the question that I have. Was alcohol involved? I mean, what happened here? They're quoted saying, we feel lost, we have no answers at all. Her other brother, Keith Burch, said something happened to one of your loved, and not even knowing what happened. It's awful. Burch, a police officer, said he has exhausted his law enforcement connections trying to find something out, anything about what happened to his sister. Though he eventually got through the sheriffs in the Explorer of the Seas home port of Miami, they told him a full investigation would not begin until the vessel returned to port on Sunday. So they don't know what happened to her. Literally, they have to bring this ship over, basically, right? Like, that's what it sounds like. She'd have to be brought over. And I mean, what can they do? And they're not getting answers. And where's Tammy in this? Like, what is he saying? What isn't he saying? The family further says, I've looked at things swirling around social media, but I don't pay attention to it because no real investigation has ever started. Rumors of foul play exploded after the revelation that Downe and Burch had gotten into a shouting match shortly before the incident and that she had been drinking on the cruise, which was unusual for her. Her mother, Carnell Burch, told TMZ. So it's unusual for her to drink. And I think that should be a red flag, right? Like, if the girl is not a drinker, she's drinking on this cruise ship. Maybe she let loose. I don't know. Like, sometimes you on vacay, you do different things. Like, that's what you do. Kimberly Burch seemed happy in Los Angeles, never talked about mental health issues, and had been looking forward to the Caribbean vacation with her celebrity beau, whom she had been dating for about 6 years. Kip revealed. Neither brother had met Downe, whose biggest hit was in 1989 with power ballad House of Pain. And little is known about their sister's relationship, though nothing about the rocker raised red flags, he added. So she had been engaged with this man for 6 years. He never met the family. The family, get together 6 years. I mean, that's a long time. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Like, for those that have been engaged, like, how did you guys bring your husband or, now wife, or if you're engaged, like, how long did you guys wait to introduce, or did you introduce them before you got engaged? I mean, I have a lot of questions about this, but maybe because, she had moved to LA from Alabama, she kind of kept that distance, or maybe there was something there. I just find that to be just so bizarre, because how can you say that there are no red flags if you really aren't around that relationship? I have a lot of questions about that. Just after Kimberly Burch's tragic fall as rescuers from the U.S. Coast Guard and the Royal Bahamas Defense Force searched the seas for her, law enforcement sealed off the couple's cabin and wouldn't even let Downe back inside for the change of clothes, forcing the Poison Ivy singer to wander the deck in his pajamas. So, okay, he was in his pajamas. Was this like early in the morning, middle of the night type of situation? They were investigating the room, it looks like. Kip Burch's mother told her son after speaking with Downe. For now, all the brothers can do is wait for answers and support their mother, who is in her late 70s, confined to a wheelchair, and has been absolutely destroyed by her daughter's death. Our mother raised us. She worked all the time. I guess we were poor, but we didn't know we were poor because our mom never let us go without anything. That's sad. When Kim said she wanted to leave and become a model, everyone else thought she was nuts, but mom believed in her. She knew she had bigger dreams than Alabama. Now, let me stop right here, because as I'm recording this, there is an article that was written by The Wrap, and basically says that there is a video, okay, that shows that Kimberly Burch jumped overboard. And it basically clears Taime of any wrongdoing. So footage of the incident apparently shows Taime had nothing to do with Kimberly Burch's death. And this literally was released tonight. I'm just like, where did this video come from? Was there surveillance? This is just is it Riki Rachtman? This is who says it.
I know that going live right now is probably something that I may end up regretting, and I may end up deleting it, but there's a lot of stuff going on that I have to comment. And let me start by this. I know I'm going to come off like a total hypocrite right now, but I have no idea why, when something really, really tragic happens, everybody feels the need to be the first to tell the story. Oh, I found out about this first, and go on social media and go, late breaking, let me tell you what happened. And people are on social media going ballistic right now, telling all these stories that are based on no facts, that are absolutely lies. And so many people that are posting, and you guys know what I'm talking about, because, and let me back up by telling you something. I've gotten several calls from the news, from podcasts, from radio show, and of course from social media, asking me if I would do interviews about the tragedy that happened with Kimberly Burch and with Taime Downe. And I decided that I do not want to talk about it. And here I am being the ultimate hypocrite and talking about it. There's a reason, because to me, it wasn't about getting hits to be the late breaking news. There's so much lies, so much stuff that's being said right now. And I'm so furious, and I'm saddened, and I'm sickened, and I'm going to go on here, and I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for it. But I really don't care at this point, because I'm just, I mean, we all know that society on a whole right now is very toxic and very angry. But what's going on right now, I'm just completely sickened by everybody. Okay, let me start by telling you this regarding the Kimberly and Taime thing. Okay, yes, I knew about it after it happened. If you don't know, Taime has been my friend for 38 years. He was my roommate. He's always been my best friend. And I have never stopped talking to him and never stopped seeing him. And I know that I wouldn't have the career that I have now if it wasn't for Taime Downe. I also know Kimberly Burch because I've been with Taime and Kimberly many, many, many times. To the point, I mean, Kimberly and Taime have been at my house many times. Now, I'm going to say some stuff right now, and I'm so, like I said, and please deal with me because I'm filled with them right now. I know that I'm going to come off like a 100% hypocrite, because I'm furious that everybody had to post this on their Facebook page about things that they knew absolutely nothing about. I also, for some reason, it really bugs me that everybody thought it was so important to me, so important to them, to send me photographs of them and Kimberly or photographs of them and Taime. Why?
I mean, Ricky's really having a hard time about this. I just want him to get right to the point. So apparently, he's confirming there's this footage, okay? And you guys, I've only covered this one time, and I told you guys, this story just doesn't make sense. But if there is footage of, Kimberly falling or jumping or whatever it may be, then yeah, like his name should be cleared, Taime's name should be cleared, and that's that, right? So I hope he gets right to it.
Why are you showing this to me right now? Is it because you want sympathy for me? There's people that are actually sending me texts of conversations they had with Kimberly. Why are you showing that to me? Are some of you people just like, look at me, I'm hurting? I haven't talked about this at all. And the only reason I'm talking about this right now is because I've got to set some stuff straight, because there's so much bullshit out there. And I'm sorry, because I've really worked really, really hard in the past several years trying to be a nice guy and not talk bad about anybody. And I found that when I'm being nice to people, that I'm getting niceness back, and I like it. But there's so many people out there that I'm just livid. And now I'm going to tell you exactly the truth. And I hope this doesn't get, it's not going to get me in trouble because it's the truth. And I hope Taime is not upset that I'm doing this, because I have been talking to Taime a lot, and I shouldn't even be talking about that because that's disgusting. Now I sound like everybody else. Hey, guess what happened to my dear friend? Okay, here's the deal. Okay, Kimberly and Taime have always had a very toxic relationship. They have been fighting a lot. They've always fought a lot. A lot of it had to do with drugs and alcohol. Taime loved Kimberly very, very much. Kimberly loved Taime very, very much. However, they fought all the time. That is the true story. A relative, and just so you know, I haven't watched the news and I haven't got on social media, but everybody's telling me all these things that some people are posting, and it's pathetic. So from what I understand, and please, I feel horrible, and I know I'm going to sound so insensitive, which is not the case. I have so many feelings about this, but there were people that were posting accusations geared at Taime. And so now I'm going to tell you the honest truth on what is happening, okay? It's very, 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 very horrible to say, but Kimberly Burch committed suicide. She jumped off the boat, and unfortunately, I'm shaking right now. And unfortunately, she did it right in front of Taime. When someone commits suicide...
oh my God. So the rap is using Riki's statement to say that this woman committed S, but have we confirmed this with, has this been confirmed with law enforcement, or is he saying this information through what Taime said? This is like, oh my God, let me keep playing.
They're hurting very, very bad. And when they commit suicide, the pain is then gone. However, all the people around them suffer an even greater pain. Suicide is a very, very selfish act. Here's some truth, okay? Kimberly has spoke about suicide before, but she never followed through it. They were fighting all the time. Taime has been trying a very, very long time to have been sober, and I'm so proud of him. And he's been sober. He hasn't smoked. He hasn't drank. He hasn't done alcohol. Somebody went on TMZ and said that it was so... a relative of Kimberly's went on TMZ and said, and the only reason I'm saying this, and I know I apologize for being a hypocrite, being so mad that everybody's taking to social media and the press to talk about it. I'm doing the same thing. But I'm going to tell the record straight, and this is the truth. This is not guesses.
Well, it was her mother who said that she doesn't drink. There's articles out there that say that.
Or anything else. One of Kimberly's relatives went on TMZ and said that Kimberly was not known to drink. The truth is, I would like that person to please show me a photo of them and Kimberly taken in the last 7 years. I know that sounds very, very insensitive, but this person wasn't around. Now, you have to understand, hurt people...
It's her mother. It's her mother who said that, guys. Like, wow.
Hurt people. People that are hurt. The friends of Kimberly are hurting. Kimberly's relatives are really, really hurting. But people hurt people, and that is what happened. So for anybody to put any blame on Taime is absolutely disgusting. The fact is, he was exonerated of all charges. If he wasn't, he'd be in jail. There is video. I can't believe that I'm even saying this because I was trying to stay away from this. There is video of her committing suicide, and Taime was cleared of all charges. How's Taime doing? Well, how do you think he's doing? The woman that he's in love with, the woman that he's lived with for, I think, the past 8 years, committed suicide in front of him. And I feel horrible for Kimberly that she has been in so much pain, that she had to commit suicide. I feel horrible for the friends of hers. I don't know why everybody is texting me and telling me stories about what I know to be fact. Taime did absolutely nothing wrong, but Taime is going to be scarred for the rest of his life. He doesn't know what's going on in the media. I'm sure I've been talking to him constantly, and I know he's not going to be happy that I'm even doing this. But he has been on the boat. He's not allowed to leave the boat. He's been put in a room, and he has different people that are staying with him at different times. And he can't even get off the boat because it happened in America, and he needs to get off the boat in America. So he's stuck in...
All right, so this is my issue with what he's doing here, okay? Has he been in contact with her family to let her family know this? Or did he decide to go on social media 7 hours ago and put this out here? Because if that is the case, guys, I'm sorry, like, that's horrible. Do the family know that there's footage out there? He's been exonerated and stuff. I mean, is the investigation done? I'm sorry. Like, what is going on here, guys? This is just horrible. Horrible.
In that room, he couldn't even get his clothes from the room. So Chad had to go buy him clean underwear. And I'm really, really shaking right now because, like I said, and thank you for those of you, Janice, you're awesome. And for those of you that are saying you're so sorry for me, don't be sorry for me. And don't be sorry for the people that are posting on social media how bad they're hurting, because I've been hurting for several days, but I didn't think it was important for me to post this on social media. So, but people react differently. People, if you believe that he is at fault at all, you are completely wrong, and you are telling 100% lies. I feel horrible about what happened to Kimberly, but it was a very, very destructive relationship. They did love each other. And I know that this is going to make everybody really, really, I'm not even going to say it. She was, I can't say anything mean about, it would be very terrible for me to say something mean about somebody that passed away.
Oh my God.
Because Kimberly, when they were at my house, she was very,
like, literally, don't do that right now. She just passed away.
kind, but she was drunk a lot. And I saw them get in many, many fights, many, many times. And for those that don't say that and didn't see the relationship like it was, then they're lying. Everybody is brokenhearted about this. This is disgusting. People that are on that boat are going to carry that with them forever. And I just want to let everybody know that is he doing okay? We've been talking about motorcycle riding and anything else, but of course he's in pain. He's going to go through more pain when he gets home, and everything that he's got to go through is extremely terrible. And I can't even fathom. I told him, please come to my house, and nobody will, and you'll be alone. You could be here, or I'll come there and stay there. And he has to, I don't want to talk about the stuff that he has to do, but it's gut wrenching. And all of you Facebook pages that are breaking the latest news, you're fucking all disgusting. And all you people that are going on the radio because you were the first one to know, and people that are texting me that are saying, look, I was the first one to know, and I know this, and you don't know shit. I don't care when you found out, okay? Nobody should care. It's not a contest who found out where. I wasn't the one that was going on social media, which I'm a fucking hypocrite because I'm doing it right now. But I wasn't the one that was going on social media telling everybody, oh my God, and just because I try to stay completely out of it. But now people are talking too much shit, so I'm going to let everybody straight, okay? Taime did absolutely nothing wrong. His life is going to be fucked up forever. I feel horrible that Kimberly was in that pain. And now I'm going to talk about suicide for a second, okay? Suicide is horrendous because somebody is feeling a lot of pain to want to take their own life. But when that person commits suicide, the pain is then gone. And then everybody around them suffers a great deal for a long time. Suicide is an extremely selfish act. If any of you, and listen to me, if you don't listen to anything I said, listen to this. If you ever feel that bad and you ever feel that pain, please call 988. I tried to commit suicide when I was younger.
I mean, I appreciate that he's, putting this number out here. I think that that's important. However, I'm a little disturbed by just the information, guys, because like I said, oh, I'm sorry, I put my hands right at the camera. Sorry about that. But like I said, we don't, there's so much we don't know, right? And does the family know this information? Were they made aware that there's surveillance? Has he been cleared by the authorities? Because that's not what's being reported to the media. They're taking his word and saying that everything's fine. They've been cleared. But the family 4 hours ago, this is a 7-hour video from 7 hours ago, 4 hours ago, are saying they haven't heard anything. So I'm trying to understand, how is it that he is saying this, but there's not information on this side for that family? I can't believe this. Okay.
And there were several times in my life that I tried to commit suicide. And I didn't. And I'm having an incredible life these days. And if I killed myself, I wouldn't have experienced any. And any of you that are hurting right now, that are really, really feeling pain and thinking about suicide, you don't know what's next. I don't go to sit in a fucking movie theater and halfway through walk out because I don't know what's going to happen at the end. Okay, that's not true. I've walked out of a lot of movies. But please, 988 is the suicide prevention hotline. I'm doing my big benefit ride right now, and I'm going to raise $30,000 for suicide prevention, and I'll tell you where you can donate. Another thing, of course, Faster Pussycat is not playing on the Monsters of Rock cruise, and the Monsters of Rock cruise is selling Faster Pussycat t-shirts, and some of you are going to think that's tasteless. It's not. Please, if you're going on that cruise, buy all the Faster Pussycat shirts because that money goes to them. I know that I'm going to get ripped to shreds, and I know there's a lot of women out, not a lot of women, I apologize. There's people that have been saying on social media about how beautiful everything was, and it wasn't beautiful. It was fucking dark and it was twisted. And I know Taimy's not going to like me saying that, but I can tell you right now, he did absolutely nothing wrong, and he is going to be scarred for the rest of his life. And I wasn't there, and I will. It's just, I mean, these are people that were in my life. Please, I don't understand why people are posting mean stuff and posting stuff that's total fucking lies. And people are saying total lies on the news. I'm shaking right now, and I don't know if I'm going to delete this right now, but I can say it only one time. Taime did not do anything. Kimberly did commit suicide. She was on drugs and alcohol. She has said she was going to commit suicide before. The relationship was very, very toxic, and I'm not putting the blame on Kimberly, and I'm not putting the blame on Taime. I'm putting the blame on both of them. That being,
I don't know. Okay, so my hope is that like authorities are going to come forward and actually give a official statement, because if it does look like something more nefarious happened, this is not going to age very well for Riki. Okay, he's going to want to delete it right away, but it's been up for 7 hours.
being said, they loved each other very, very much, and I feel anger because I feel anger that my best friend is going to carry that with him every fucking day. And in time, things will mellow out. And in time, me and Taime will be riding together again. But he will never, ever, ever forget that. And I'm sickened by the way that I'm sickened by the way people are treating this in the news, and I'm sick of people going on the radio so they can be the first to talk about it. And I'm sick of people going on all their little Facebook groups and breaking the news and then filling it with accusations. And I'm sick of people saying shit on the news and relatives that are telling things that are not
control that.
true at all. Taime's been sober a long time. It's tough being sober, okay? And it's really wrong for me to say something about somebody that passed away, because in a perfect world, they would both be here and they would work out the problems. But I'm probably going to delete this. Maybe I won't. But I just shame on any of you that have posted stuff on the internet talking about something you don't know. You're not getting anywhere posting mean stuff. Shame on any of you rock and roll news stories that are posting things that you simply do not know anything about. This is a human story. This is a terrible, terrible tragedy. Okay. And again, I'm just going to say this one more time because I'm shaking and I feel horrible. And if Taime even catches wind of this, my brother, I love you and I apologize for doing this. And I know he's hurting because I talk to him all the time. And I don't know why the fuck I needed to do this, because like I said, I am a hypocrite for getting so mad at everybody posting things on social media. But I've spent several days, I've turned down every news article, I've turned down every radio interview, but other people haven't. Other people have reached out to get press and tell something that is a complete lie. If anything I said was a lie, bring me to fucking court, because everything I said was 100% true. For all of you out there that are feeling pain, sometimes it's temporary, and sometimes we're all supposed to be alive, okay? We're all supposed to live our lives. And I've been on a motorcycle ride, and I have sponsors that expect me to post things, and I didn't post anything about my ride because I just didn't want to be on social media because I was sickened, and I'm still sickened. I don't know why I said this, but I did. And do me a favor, brothers and sisters. Be nice. Some of you that like to spread hate, just remember this. Everybody that's posting hate in every Facebook. I put the invitation out there for all the people that speak hate is to please say it to my face. I triple dare you to say it to my face. And then I'll just ask you why, but nobody does that. We're safe. And the reason this world is so angry because we're feeding the fire. Instead, look for things that you like and look at things that you are kind. And there's nothing wrong with telling your friends that you love them. There's nothing wrong with telling a band that you really, and even if you write to a band and tell them that they did a great job, maybe they're not going to see it, but it's going to make them feel good. And there's nothing wrong with spreading goodness. I know I sound like a fucking Pollyanna lolly lolly when we're in a really fucked up place right now. But please just understand that every one of those people that are telling lies, there's a special place reserved for them. Everything I just told you was completely the truth. And I apologize for having to take this to social media. I'm not going to post about it at all anymore on any social media. And I will not do the news about this because that I don't need this attention. This attention isn't about me. This attention is about my very best friend who's hurting. And of course he's hurting. And all the friends of Kimberly are also are hurting. Just remember, if you ever feel pain, please dial 988 Suicide Prevention Hotline.
By the way, he did post in there. I apologize for making it seem like Kimberly's mother went to TMZ. I was wrong. And after speaking to one of Kimberly's relatives, I'm sorry for any confusion. Taimy's talking to her family, and they're all hurting. Okay, so I guess that's all we have as far as information. Now I'm trying to go in here. Is there any more? That was the live we just watched. I just feel like this video is going to bite him in the ass later if it turns out that what like there's an investigation. I just don't know, and we're only hearing one side. And that Nick said in a Facebook post that he was contacted with Downe over the last week. There's a video of Burch committing suicide and Taime was clear of all charges. That, my friends, is a statement that I hope like, it's weird to make this statement. I'm gonna be honest with you. And he did that 7 hours ago. And some of these articles that are out here, maybe they haven't caught on with everything, but some of these articles are literally saying that the family hasn't had contact with the authorities. So where is this coming from? Like 3 hours ago, the New York Post said that the family's left in the dark. So how is the family left in the dark if they're talking to Taime? This is what I don't understand. Well, I've edited my video just to kind of put everything in there. Guys, let me know what you guys think. And of course, I'm leaving the number in there for resources. I mean, definitely something to, seek out support. But this is definitely something that we're going to keep talking about it because it just, a lot of this is not making sense. Okay. I'll see you guys on the next one. Rabbits out. Bye, guys.